Alrighty, friendos, welcome and welcome back to the episode of Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence, You Decide, where we're playing on a Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence custom. I'm gonna go inside, do all the tests necessary to figure out the ghost. I'm not gonna tell you what the ghost is. You all get to decide. The timer on the top right is a smudge timer. Vision wise smudge ghost, and it hunts again. Without further ado, let's hop inside. And I'm gonna pick the maps today. We might just stick to small maps so I can hopefully get you all as many games as possible, but I'll try to in the future. Some variety. Okay, it's hunting. Okay, hunt is over, and I do believe I know what the ghosty is. So let's go ahead and hop outside, take a peek at the journal, and we'll load out and see if we're right. Ghost was indeed an Obake. So he was an Obake because he shapeshifted. It might have been subtle, but I can't remember exactly who he shapeshifted into. I think he shapeshifted like 3 different times, one time at the very end. So Obake is the only ghost that while they're hunting, they'll shapeshift into different ghost models. I always get asked questions about the crawling child, the demon child, and the pajama girl. They'll have different stances when they hunt, but that's normal. If within the same hunt you see them switch stances, that's Obake. So, Obake, because he shapeshifted. And you shouldn't have to worry about Mimic. I mentioned this before, but in case this is the first video you're watching, you don't have to worry about Mimic if the ghost hunts within 60 seconds of opening the front door and it's something obvious, because a Mimic can actually copy something until after a minute into the game. So it'll just be like, basically, it'll Mimic itself. It'll be nothing. So if you don't see me check for orbs, it's because it's been quick enough. You shouldn't have to. Nope. Okay, hunt is over. That is what the salt looks like. I'm going to grab a few more things and we'll sit inside and see what the smudge timer looks like. I'm kind of hoping that's his room. He looked like he hunted in the living room. I guess we'll find out. Okay, just gonna sit here. Let you know if anything exciting happens. He is hunting. Okay, hunt is over. I might wait to take sanity pills. That's kind of the next step I was thinking. I might let him hunt again. And also I think that smudge timer is a little bit off because I didn't clear the previous one, so might be a little bit off. Okay, well for now, I'm just going to chill. And we'll see what happens. He is venting. I guess over there somewhere. I believe the hunt is over. Yes. I might try to get the breaker back on if he'll let me. The last my timer was a minute 44. I'm gonna go and clear it. Well, maybe a little bit more, but probably a minute 44. Okay, that hunt is over. Okay, that hunt is over, and I do believe I know what the ghosty is. So let's go and hop outside, take a peek at the journal, and then we'll load out and see if we're right. Ghost was indeed the mimic. Now I'm gonna be honest, after the second hunt, I did check for orbs because I noticed he sounded like the slow twin whenever I did that yokai test. And there were orbs, but I wanted him to exhibit an obvious behavior that made it look like mimic. I didn't just want to show orbs. That's boring. So I did wait around until he's something different. I did try to loop him that like third hunt to see if he was visually anything different, but he wasn't. But I didn't want to have to show the orbs to make sure it was a mimic. I wanted y'all to be able to guess that on your own. But there were orbs. In case it's so funny that we were just talking about mimic and then it ends up being a mimic. So the very first time he hunted, he was just mimicking himself. He was nothing obvious. And then he started changing his behavior. The way Mimic works is it can copy basically any ghost ability in the game, minus Goryo dots, so it can do like the Banshee Scream. In this instance, it copied the Rev and was Rev speed. It can do, if you have evidence, and Spear Box is one of its evidence, it can do the Diogen Growl, it could be Dio speed. So you're basically just looking for a very obvious change in behavior. And then on zero evidence, the obvious tell is that it'll be the only ghost that has evidence being ghost orbs. Nice. Okay. That game could have been a lot shorter if I just showed you all their orbs, but I really wanted him to show that he was a mimic. Like, it's more fun that way. Okay. Now we wait. I'm going to start a timer because I've been sitting here for like 20 seconds or so. So it's been like 45 seconds. I have not heard anything from the ghost. We continue to wait. Okay, he's finally hunting. Basement. Okay, hunt is over. That is what the salt looks like. I'm gonna grab a few more things and we'll sit inside, see what this mushroom looks like. Okay, back inside. And now we wait. Okay, Ghost just turned off the breaker. I'll go turn it back on. Okay, they are hunting. Okay, hunt is over. I do believe I'm gonna go and take some sanity pills now. I'm gonna take 3, getting me up to 60%. And I think I'm gonna go down into the basement and try a new test that I just learned about. I'll talk about the test afterwards that I learned about the other day. Okay, well that, unfortunately that air ball just tanked my sanity. Let me go see where our sanity's at. Okay, we're at 44. I'm gonna go and let it sit there. I'm gonna take some firelight down there, I think, though. Oh, I did just use the crucifix again, okay. Let me go grab another crucifix. The ghost might be throwing stuff upstairs now. Can you go up here now? You are. Okay. Okay, hunted down here still though. Guess I'm gonna go back down the basement. Okay, hunt is over. I'm gonna check my sanity. I'll probably take that last sanity pill. Okay, we're at 28, so this should get us to... Oh. Actually, that should be okay. Get us to 40, about 48, I think. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave the light on down here and we'll just hang out upstairs. I will start a timer for how long I've been sitting here. Alright, it has been about 2 minutes. I have heard nothing from the ghost. They have not tried to hunt. So I do believe I know what the ghost is. Let's go and hop outside, take a peek at the journal, and then we will load out and see if we're right. Ghost was indeed a mare. So the reason I knew it was a mare is because after I took the 3 sanity pills, getting my sanity to 60%, at that point, the only ghosts left that I could hunt at that sanity that I hadn't already crossed off are Mare, Demon, Onryo. Mares can hunt at 60% sanity in the dark, Onryos can hunt at 60% sanity regardless, and demons are demons. So I crossed off Onryo by putting 4 firelight down the basement, and the ghost was still able to hunt down there, and Onryo would have had to blown out a couple firelight to get out of the 4-meter range of hunt prevention from firelight. And it didn't blow out the firelight, it just happily hunted in the firelight. So no Onryo. I then made sure my sanity was above 40%, and then I turned on the light. So mares can't hunt until 40% or below if they're in the light. So I turned the light on, we were at like 48% sanity, and I sat there for like 2 minutes and I wasn't able to hunt. So surely a demon would have hunted that time. But because it wasn't hunting and the light, I went with mare. So the test I was trying to do with the firelight is that for the first time that you light a firelight and put in the ghost room, non-Onryos are supposed to blow it out under 30 seconds. Normal ghosts will blow it out right at 30 seconds. This ghost didn't do that though. I'm still trying to learn the nuances of this test. Might have been because it tried to hunt. Maybe it had roamed. It was roaming up into the dining room, so maybe it had roamed away from the firelight. It wasn't there to blow it out. Hopefully we'll get a chance to try that again. I've yet to get an Onryo and actually see the sub 30-second blowout on that. Okay, let's do a Camp Woodwind game. Okay. Now we wait. I'll go and start a timer in case ghost takes a hot second. The ghost is hunting. Okay, hunt is over. Okay, ghost is hunting again. So my time is 2:32. Okay, hunt is over. Okay, I'm gonna wait for another hunt, and I was the one to turn off the breaker. The ghost did not turn off the breaker. Okay, I do believe I know what the ghosty is, so let's go ahead and hop outside, take a peek at the journal, and then we'll load out and see if we're right. Ghost was indeed a Thaye. So I didn't notice Thaye at first because the very first hunt, I didn't really hear his speed before he saw me. I didn't realize he was fast until he came over. At first, I saw him and was like, oh, he's got a speed up. He's a Jinn. and then he didn't slow down. I was like, oh, maybe a rev. Then I smudged him, but he didn't slow down. One of the downsides of being on Camp Woodwood and the ghost hunts far away, I don't always hear their speed. So if you knew it was a Thaye from the first hunt, congratulations. I kind of missed it. But he was fast. That's the main reason I knew he was a Thaye. When you first start a contract, a Thaye will be young and will be fast. However, when you're around the ghost, every minute or two, it'll decide if a person's nearby, and then if they are, it'll age. So you might notice with this ghost, it kind of got a little bit slower each hunt. You can actually age Thays during a hunt while you're looping them. So he did progressively get a little bit slower. Another thing about Thays is that they don't get faster and faster as they're chasing you. So I stood up, looped this ghost to stay the same speed. I did turn off the breaker to check for Hantu, because Hantu can be a little deceiving on the outdoor maps, because it'll be cold since it's outdoors. So I did turn off the breaker to make sure it wasn't a Hantu. And I didn't see any breath. So, was indeed a Thaye. Alright, let's do one more. Let's go to a Grafton. Okay, I was gonna turn that light, but no. Okay, ghost is hunting. Hunt is over. I think this beam blocks line of sight because sometimes I'll lose ghosts when I'm looping around there. That's what the salt looks like. Alright, I'm gonna go outside and grab a couple more things. Here goes. Has turned off the breaker, and I believe it is upstairs, so I'll wait till after the next hunt to go turn it back on. My ghost is hunting. That smush timer was 3 minutes, 8 seconds, so we won't clear it, and we'll do another one. Ooh, the hunt, like, just ended. Hopefully that smudge actually hit the ghost. I guess we'll find out the hard way. I'm gonna try to get the breaker back on. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm just gonna chill in the kitchen, and I'll let y'all know if anything exciting happens. Okay, ghost turn off the breaker again. I'm not gonna go turn it back on. At least not yet. Okay, I do believe I know what the ghost is. I'm gonna stop that timer. I'm gonna hop outside, take a peek at the journal, and then we'll load out and see if we're right. Ghost was indeed a spirit, which is my least favorite ghost of the game, because all it does is it has to wait 3 minutes to hunt after you smudge them, which I usually do 2 smudge timers, because I can't tell you how many ghosts I've had wait 3 minutes to hunt the first smudge and not be spirits. So that's why I stuck around and did 2. You all are probably thinking after the first smudge, 3 minutes, it's a spirit. I don't trust it. I've had Thays, well actually I wouldn't have known it's a Thaye. I've had like Mares wait 3 minutes. I've had demons wait 3 minutes for the first smudge. So I always do 2. But yeah, 3 minutes, they have to wait 3 minutes to hunt after you smudge them. And I normally stick around for 2 smudges, and that's why I hate them, because that's 6 minutes of my time wasted for a ghost that is automatically circled whenever you load to the game. Yeah, I know I already had it circled, but that's just default. That's what I do every game, is I load out and I uncircle spirit. So I didn't already have it circled. It just circled it by default. All right. Those are all the games I have for y'all today. I'll go and post the ghosts that we had. so you can check and see which ones you got right. Let me know in the comments how many you got right, or if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you found so much in the video, make sure you drop it a like. New, subscribe. Good luck ghost hunting, and I will see you in the next one.